Okay, I have to talk about one of the most common makeup questions I get, and honestly, it's probably one of the biggest sources of confusion in beauty. What is the difference between contour and bronzer? Because listen, I get it. I mean, they both come in similar shades, right? They both go on your face, but practically in the same area. And if you're new to makeup, they almost look interchangeable. But fun fact, they're not. And after this video, I promise you'll not only know the difference, but you'll also know exactly how to apply it and where exactly to apply it so that your face looks sculpted if you choose to look sculpted, warm and balanced without muddy streaks, as if a pro did your makeup. Let's break this down as simple as possible. Think of contour as shadow. This is like a cooler tone, right? Shadow. And bronzer as sunlight, because you have that warmer undertone. Contour is all about creating dimension and depth. And you're literally mimicking the way natural shadows actually fall on your face to sculpt your features. Bronzer, on the other hand, is all about warmth. It's that sun-kissed glow you get when you've spent a few minutes outside with SPF and without the sun damage, of course. Let's get started. Contour products usually come in cool tone shades like you see here. You've got taupes, you've got grays and browns, right? That really don't pull too orange. Why? Because shadows is what we're trying to create when it comes to contour. So shadows are naturally cooler, right? So when you place a cool toned shade like this one that you see here, when you place it in specific areas, you're tricking the eye basically into thinking that part of your face is receding. That's how we get basically sharper cheekbones, a slimmer nose, for example, or a more defined jawline. I want to show you guys some swatches when it comes to different types of contours and bronzers. There's liquid, there's cream, there's powder, right? So we've got those three. This is Dior, and this is definitely a cooler tone, so this would be a contour. So we've got contour here. We've got West Minnetillier in the shade Truffle. I am PMSing, guys. I am dropping everything and anything I hold in my hands. This is an example of a bronzer, a cream bronzer. Do you see the difference? How there is more golden yellow tones to this than grays and taupes. The cool tone shade recedes, the bronzer moves forward, okay? Bronzer is used normally after you do the contour and before the concealer. You tend to put bronzer higher up and you just don't want to have already put concealer on. Here's another example of a cream contour and cream bronzer. We've got Anastasia Beverly Hills. This is another contour shade in a cream. And then we've got Victoria Beckham Beauty, one of my favorite bronzing stylists. It's just amazing because it's so, you can just go as precise as you want. You can even go in the crease of your eye. But you get the point, right? Like this is definitely more of a warmer tone. This is definitely of a cooler tone. Now, let's get into liquids really quick before we get into placement of where everything goes. Rare Beauty has a great contour shade as far as liquid goes. So we've got contour, Rare Beauty. And then one of my favorites, I have to say, because of its consistency as far as the formula doesn't like, it's not too runny. Natasha Denona has a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful liquid bronzer. Let me see. So there we are. Cool, warm. Izamaya actually has also a similar type vibe as Victoria Beckham Beauty, a little overpriced and really hard to get a hold of customer service. I literally just bought a beautiful eyeshadow palette from them that arrived broken and I can't. It's been like almost a week and no one is responding to me. And I only have 14 days to return it. And I think that's BS because if the 14 days are up and they finally respond to my email, are they not going to refund me? Anywho, my problem, not yours. Okay. So contour, I would go right, not at the hollow of my cheeks, just a little bit on like where it starts, basically on top of that right here. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm just going to use Izamaya for both. It'll be a lot easier. So you see this pocket right here? That's where you want to really examine your face and see where the natural shadows are, right, of your face. I have the shadow. It's pretty clear that I have cheekbones. I mean, it just depends. This is not necessary, but so many of you, hundreds of you have asked, where do you apply contour and where is bronzer? What is the difference and does it matter? It doesn't matter. You can do whatever the hell you want. This is the thing with makeup. You can take it off. It's great. It's not a tattoo. So this is how I like to place it. Outer corner of the eye is where I do not go past. It'll just not lift the face. And I am always wanting to lift my face, or at least the illusion of, right? We don't want a droopy face. To each their own though. Hey, more power to you if you do. Good for you. And I go up diagonally to the top of my ear. Right there. Remember, powder sets everything. So you always want to apply your liquid formulas and cream formulas prior to any product, powder products, that is. I know Patrick Ta has his technique. However, if you want just an easy, seamless application and you want your makeup to look good throughout the day, I highly suggest you separate the liquid, creams to powders. This is where I would contour next, right? So I would actually contour a little bit on the nose or on the side of my nose, up towards the eyebrows. Makeup is so personal, like it just depends on if you want your nose contoured or not. You don't have to do any of this, but I like to just define it more than reshape it, if you know what I mean. Okay, and then there's the natural shadows that I have here that everyone has, but I like to lift, right? So I want to go outward and upward, and I'm going to kind of go back to Mary Phillips' technique when it comes to underpainting, which I actually really like. The outer part of my eyebrow up towards the temples, right? So I'm always aiming diagonally upward. I will also go from the arch of the brow up towards my hairline, again at an angle, going diagonally up. And then from here, I'm going to steal Victoria Beckham's technique, and she uses her stylus, her bronzing stylus. She puts X's at the very top of her, she has a 4-head, I have a 5-head, but I might have to do a couple more X's than normal. But I want to create shadow there because I do want this part to pull back so that the bronzing part, so that my head looks the illusion of a 4-head at the very least. Another shadow is right under the jawline. Now, if you really want to shorten your jaw, then you do it right on the jawline. So you don't go underneath, you go at that line right here, like where I just did that by accident. I'm not trying to do anything other than just define it a little bit, but also not too sculpted. So I go underneath. And again on the other side. And this is something I learned from Mary Phillips as well. Like, you just need to, if you really want to like snatch your face, I guess. I don't know what this does, but she contours like here as well. So there's that. Lips, of course. So easy to do this with a stylus. I just like to go on the Cupid's bow and then the bottom. I don't like to go all the way around my mouth. I do like to go at the tip of my nose. Okay, so there's that. Oh, little half moon here to accentuate the bottom lip. Before I do the next step, here's the key when it comes to contour. Contour should really disappear into your skin, right? If you can see the line, any line that I've applied here. So we want to think subtle shadow, not a racing like stripe. Okay, so I just want to show you after applying highlighter, I'm using back to MPH. And then after I blend, I'm going to put a little bit of foundation. And then on top of the foundation, that's when I do the cream bronzer. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm using Patrick Ta's foundation and his new dual-ended foundation brush. I love this so much. I do like flatter brushes, especially because when you want to get into the crevices of your face, you can't really do that with a bigger foundation brush. So I like the option. Used this before. It's been a while though, and it really is a great balance between luminous and glowy, but then also at the same time, it's not like drippy. You know, you see this is the product. Start in the T-zone, and it's a perfect like light to medium, beautiful glowy foundation to use on top of underpainting so that all the work you've done, if you decide to underpaint, isn't completely covered. You see how beautiful this is? This is like, I would say maybe even close to a hybrid of the Armani Luminous Silk that is just a tried and true foundation. It's like anybody with any skin type can definitely use. I'm now going to go in with the bigger side of this Patrick Ta dual-ended foundation brush, and I'm just going to buff it out just a little bit. Just go in circular motions, soft, bare, like grazing the skin. Stunning, like stunning. It's always interesting to try foundations because sometimes it's either all or nothing, meaning like if it's glowy, then it's runny and it's too oily and it wouldn't be great to use if you had oily skin, or if it's too matte, it's too drying. It's really difficult. I'm sure, I don't know, I've never created any makeup products, but I'm pretty sure, you know, this was very much thought out into detail, and Patrick Ta is just amazing. Okay, so now that I have my foundation on, let's talk bronzer, shall we? We're gonna actually move to liquid bronzer because I just wanna show you the different formulas. Bronzer is your warmth, your glow, your sun-kissed vibe, right? Like where the sun naturally hits. It usually, obviously, leans warmer. It has to, or else it's not considered a bronzer. But there's different shades depending on your skin tone and undertones. Think of the high point of your actual face and where the sun naturally tans you, for example, the top of my cheeks. So let's start there. I'm going to just soak my, gross. I'm going to use this Refer brush. This is Refer LCO2. And we're going to go just at the high point. So I'm going right on top of that cheekbone. Again, not passing the outer corner of my eye, and going exactly basically where I contoured earlier. So always going diagonally upwards if you want more of a lifted look. I'm going to start where my tail is of my eyebrow, and I'm going up diagonally on top of the temple basically at the high point of my eyebrow and up towards my hairline. Okay, so remember, you don't need a lot of product. That's when it starts to look cakey, and that's when it starts just to look like a hot mess, because you always can add, you just can't take away. Also, you're not going to necessarily do the jawline because if you think about it, that's the shadow. So the sun doesn't hit underneath there. So for me, I like to just go lightly using the residue or what's left of this on this brush as far as bronzer goes, and just kind of, again, go over where I contoured, but not jawline. So I will now lightly, not too much, but I will lightly add highlighter just to separate a little bit the two different colors happening here. You want to go right there. So note, I'm always going up, outward, and diagonally, always. I'm never going straight across or down. You just want to think outwards and upwards, like life, folks, like life. I'm not going to use powder contour, but I will still show you. How about that? Okay, so now here's the fun part. I actually just put, I used Hung Van Gogh Beauty's lip liner. I wanted to do this so that you can see the contrast and I don't look like The Walking Dead. But I just wanted to now go in with powder bronzer, which for me is the fun part, but I also wanted to show you a different type of contour powder as well. It, again, has this cool tone, but what you can do, you could literally just go over everything you applied as far as cream and liquid products go and use powder. But now I like to bring color back to my face. So I don't feel like I need to sculpt. I don't want to sculpt anymore. So I'm going to actually go in with Gucci's bronzer, powder bronzer, and I'm just going to go to think of a 3, right? Starting in the middle of your forehead at the very top where your hairline is. You want to make the number 3, right? So you're going this way, and then you're going to do the opposite, and you're going to do it backwards 3. So that really helps with placement. I'm going to actually go in with a more of a narrow brush. This is another Patrick Ta dual-ended brush, more for his new dual highlighters. But we love a dual. I just don't know if I love dual brushes, because when you're washing them, one always gets left out and gets the shit end of the stick, no pun intended. So I'm going to start at the top of my head. We really want to try and make it into a forehead, so we're going to bronze probably a little more than normal. It's gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'm so happy with my look. And I normally don't do eyes until after I apply my complexion products, but I just wanted to basically have this be my last step so you could see the final look. Okay, so let's recap. We've got contour equals shadow, right? Structure and definition. Then we've got bronzer equals warmth, glow, sunlight. Okay, so now you definitely know the difference. Use contour in the hollows if you want. You can skip contour altogether and just go straight to bronzer, which is what I normally do, to be quite honest. The goal with contour is to create shadow and to sculpt, right? Use bronzer on the high points to bring life and radiance wherever the sun naturally would hit your face, right? Together, they balance your face. Sorry, this is my lip combo. Together, and it really makes your makeup just look polished, dimensional, natural, and as if a pro did it. Just saying. I am shocked at how much I love this blush. That's just a neutral color, but it adds warmth to your face. Pricey, but pigmented. This is Dolce & Gabbana in the shade Blissful Mauve. Do we like this cool tone-ish makeup? Okay, so I really hope that this cleared things up for you and I didn't make it even more confusing. If you've been wondering whether you've been using contour or bronzer correctly, now you know exactly, I hope, what each one does and how to apply it. And if not, you can always come back to this video right here and watch it again. Also, don't forget to keep sending me your questions, because this series is all about answering what you, my lovely loyal subscribers, want to know. And of course, if you found this helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know it's annoying, but please give this video a like and share it with a friend who still thinks bronzer and contour are the same thing. No. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.